Welcome back for another book review. Today, we're talking about this one. What do you mean you can't see the cover? It is one of the Interloan Library books, so you can't see the cover because I have to leave the stuff on it, and it has all my stuff. So, ta-da, the back of the book. So, this is Brigit, son, but with a U. Son of Womanhood by Patricia Monaghan and Michael McDermott. Names, I suck at them. So this book, it is kind of sort of what the title suggests, kind of. Basically, it's broken down into 3 parts. The first part goes over Brigid the goddess. Then you have Brigid kind of bridging between Christianity and paganism, and then modern experiences with her. Now, I will say, I think the cover of the book actually does say edited by, but on my paper that covers everything, it says author. And yeah, so this is a collection of essays. It is not actually written by these people. They just gathered a bunch of random articles. I don't know if they had these people write them or if they just found them and wanted to be able to put it together in a book. I don't know. I don't really love edited bys anyways. I personally think it's lazy writing. I like it. It's different when it's like the publishing house because they have all of the authors, but when you are just trying to do it, it feels weird. Like Llewellyn, where they do their yearbooks and they have all of the different contributors. Cool. These feel kinda, I don't like it. And I'm sure other people will not be bothered by it, but for me, it's just becoming a big pet peeve of like, why can't you just do the authoring? Like, why do you need to have everyone else do the work for you? Putting it together is literally the easiest part. The writing it, the researching, that's the hard part. So anyways, so it's an edited by, not my favorite. So, if you couldn't guess, this one's gonna be a 3, but it kind of fits into 2 categories. So writing-wise, because if you're new here, hi, I separate my 3s into 3 categories. Good, the bad, and the meh. So this is technically in 2 categories. Writing-wise, meh. It's not that bad, it's not that good. Nah, it's just not my personal style. I really don't like the more academic, dry writing. Really frickin' boring. I can't. It's just not my thing. Formatting, the worst. What happened? Just so bad. So I don't know if it's this particular copy. I kind of don't know, maybe, but I mean, there's things with it. So carefully, not showing you the front. This page, this, I'm assuming is supposed to be the title page. First of all, wrong side of the book. Every book ever, it's on this side, not this side. Also, this is not the title at all. So you're like, okay, that's weird. Then you turn the page, and you're like, okay, we just got this random, okay. Guess we're just gonna jump into that. It's not the publication page. Then you have notes on the text, and you're like, okay, I guess, sure. And then you come along and then you're like, oh, okay, we got the introduction. Sure, I guess. Then we got a song and then just this random blank page. Personally, I feel like that should have gone over here. Like, formatting wise, that would probably be better. Then you come to this page, what the hell? None of it goes in order. So over here, starting at the top, we've got page 135, 141, blah, 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 goes down in order. Then over here, we've got 33, and then 71. What? Then you turn the page again, and then you got the contents page. So I don't know if it just got out of whack when this exact book was published, and like the machine got messed up or something when it was actually binding the book, or if the master file got out of whack. I don't know. That's weird. That's real weird. Then we've got the dedication, and then we've got the publication page, which is like, okay, sure, I guess. Then we have the title page, because again, sure. Also, thank you, College of Charleston Library, for ruining the page with your stamp. My library don't do that. Utah, for once, doesn't suck. So, we've got this situation. Then we have some of the reviews, but again, you turn the page, and then there we go. Okay, just all over the place, so weird. And then it just jumps in to the actual book. I guess it kind of went in order-ish. It seemed to, but yeah, it was real weird to not have it go in order at all for the first part, because yeah, the rest of it kind of just does what it's supposed to. So I don't know. That was a big why. Why is this being the way it is? Now, as for the actual content written, again, it's very scholarly, it's very dry, it's just not my favorite. The goddess section's very much the academic vibe of like, we've got to prove and we've got to dissect it, but not in like an actual practitioner way, in a, like, an atheist could have written this kind of a thing. The next part goes into Brigid as like this bridge between Christianity, so some of it's focusing on her as the saint and like more of that like mythos, and then it kind of constantly is trying to draw it back to the pagan origins, but like kind of not, back and forth, and of course you always have different voices every like 4 pages, so then you got to start all the way back over again and again. That's why I hate the edited buys, because everyone's trying to start their own thing and like they don't know what context has been given, so I don't like these kind of books. And then the last part is the modern experience. Again, as per usual, she always has to eat when I'm recording, so if you hear random crunching, especially if you're using like headphones, that's why. She picks right now is the opportune time to eat her food, especially the dry food. Anyways, so the modern experiences was again still just kind of okay. Like, I personally feel like these kinds of books for the pagan world, a lot of times people go to these books with like, what can I take away from it? Not just memoir-ish kind of things. And so it kind of sucks. There was literally no like takeaways. It's just a lot of like, well, I experienced her this way and here's my random story. Ta-da! Like, you are presenting a story in class about the goddess in the modern world, and that's what this is. And the only one that was kind of interesting was like, there was Circle Sanctuary for like 5 whole seconds, and you're like, huh, it's kind of cool, different. See it from like another perspective of like somebody who had attended versus the people running it. That was kind of cool. But also, Wisconsin gets like so cold, I'm not going there because it's so cold. Like, it's bad enough here. That's so much worse. And so, I don't know, there was one at like the goddess section that was kind of intriguing, of like that Brigid was really this ancient goddess. And that's the other thing, is these books, a lot of times the things they mention go back to what's her face that was like, hey, by the way, I'm gonna just pick my sources to be what I want it to be. And then all of the pagan world was like, hell yeah, like everything is gonna be all about just the like goddess centric things and the not quite actually historical, and she definitely handpicked things, that sort of vibe. So then you start to lose faith in like this like ancient beliefs. It had one of those. The other thing that was intriguing though was from there, it was the idea that the old European tribes, some of them were bear worshippers, which I'm like, I've never heard of that, but I'm intrigued. Because like, of all of the animals, and were there different tribes, were some of them like, nah, it's wolves. Wolves are the thing. Or deer, or elk. Do they live on that continent? Don't know. That would also probably be a thing to know. But like, you know, it's like, okay. But it was intriguing at the idea that Brigid used to be an old, like, bear goddess and was like one of the OGs, apparently. Kind of intriguing to think of. There was like one for the Norse, which I'm like, I've never seen it this way, where like and it's not the feminine body parts, but the vulvas, which are the like the sort of seeress kind of priestess-ish thing, kind of, it's its own thing, okay? And the word that actually is the priestess that starts with a G, and I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways, they were naming them as deities rather than roles, so it'd be like saying, like, the equivalent of, like, the god druid, or the goddess bard. It's like, it's a role, not a deity, never ever seen it listed for the Norse with the role as a deity. Okay, but that, like, there was some weird runes that they had found, and the dude was like, in like the 1920s, was like, I don't know, it goes way back to the origins, and then they were like kind of sort of trying to link it back to Brigit. It was just weird. It was like, why is this? And then there's other points in the book where it went off forever on like Hestia and I think it's Vesta, that's like the Greek and Roman equivalents, going off on that one for a long time, and you're like, okay, this has to do why? Like, it just, if you are down to go on this rabbit hole, go forth. I did not like it. I'm glad to return this one early. I thought it was going to be a better book for this time of the year because it's getting to be Brigit's time. We're almost through the dark of the year. Still winter, but it's not so dark anymore. The sun is returning just a little bit. I'm ready for Beltane, to be honest. I'm so tired of the cold. But anyways, I would love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to book reviews that are exclusive to over there, and also my audiobooks, and I'm thinking about doing a weekly reading over there. I'm thinking about it. Might be starting that next month. And also, I have my vlogs, so if you want to come along for the behind the scenes of my actual life, it's over there. So yeah, anyways, if you want to check it out, patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. If you want to buy my books, they are linked down below. And of course, thank you for liking and commenting and subscribing. It really does mean the world to me for you to come along every single day. And until next time, blessed be.